really, if you want my one-word review for this movie, it will have to be a loud and very frustrated what? How else can I even describe this train wreck? And more importantly, should I describe this train wreck? A lot of other and probably better YouTubers have already talked about Morbius and all the reasons to why it's such a baffling failure of a movie. So there's probably not much of a reason for me to even make this video. Well, allow me to try a different kind of a Morbius review. I guess a retrospective, if you will. Well, this movie is a mess, and my quick tip for you today is don't go see it, watch Sonic 2 instead. I feel like I have a very interesting personal story to share regarding this movie. From its initial announcement to some time after I saw it, I have a story regarding this movie which I just felt like sharing, so it's my channel, I'll share it. To the people who don't know me or haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. One thing which comes with the territory of being a Spider-Man fan is knowing all the drama which surrounds his cinematic career. The cancellation of Spider-Man 4, the complete mess which was the production of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that one time where No Way Home almost didn't happen because the deal between Disney and Sony almost died. You name the debacle, I heard about it, lived through it, and tried explaining it to the people around me who questioned everything all at once and expected me to have the answer. And it was around the time in which Spider-Man Homecoming was making the rounds, when Sony announced that they are planning to make their own Marvel universe with characters from the Spider-Man universe, but without Spider-Man. As baffling as the decision sounds on paper, they at least chose to start with a guaranteed smasher. Venom! Mixed feelings about the movie aside, and you can hear all about them in the video I have in the card on top, giving Venom a solo movie wasn't a bad idea at all. If you ask anyone to name 5, maybe 3 Spider-Man villains on the spot, chances are Venom would be one of the ones mentioned. Makes perfect sense to give him a solo movie, not to mention that he has plenty history which could be adapted. And then it was announced that the other villain getting his own movie is Morbius. What the fuck is a Morbius? I know being caught up on everything comics related is impossible, but I don't remember this guy in anything Spider-Man related. Yeah, he was in the animated show from the 90s, but does anyone really remember him from it? They needed to make a shocker movie of notoriety by that show is any indication. And again, in plenty of my group of friends, I'm the Spider-Man guy, so I should have at least known something about him when asked, and nope, I drew a blank regarding Morbius. I didn't have any memory of who he was. For the record though, this didn't mean I wasn't interested in seeing the movie. On the contrary, I was quite excited to learn about an enemy of the webhead whom I had no past interactions with. Not that I remember anyway. Always nice to learn something new, right? So I kept an open mind about it, even tried to not dismiss it anything when Jared Leto became attached. And then the first trailer hit. Nothing about the trailer seemed awful per se, but nothing about it grabbed me as well. I was interested regarding Michael Keaton's appearance in the trailer, implying the movie is taking place in the MCU, but that was it really. Future trailers and delays really didn't help matters, especially when you consider everything else Spider-Man related which was released at the time Morbius was being marketed. We had the Miles Morales game, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Across the Spider-Verse was revealed, and neither you say anything regarding No Way Home. Who really cared for Morbius at this point? I even told a friend of mine that I'll probably only watch it out of some weird obligation I have to give every Spider-Man related movie a fair shake. But the movie itself wasn't really interesting to me, I just kinda had to do it on principle. So today's lesson, kids, is never tell your friends about the weird reasons you are planning to watch a movie because said friend bought us a pair of tickets for Morbius's opening day. Success! That friend is awesome though, and do consider commissioning him for art. Anyway, we saw the movie, and the only word both of us could come to while describing it was, what? We were shocked, I guess, by what unfolded in front of our eyes that day. We couldn't process it in any other way. Like, we knew the concept was interesting, and we could have agreed that Matt Smith was the best performer in this movie, even if it wasn't for the right reasons. No one can convince us that the CG and action sequences were good. Even if we were drunk, we would have told you they suck. They are honestly some of the worst I've seen in a long while. And something tells me that if you've seen the movie, then you know very well how headache-inducing the post-credit scenes were. That was supposed to be it. I planned on labeling Morbius as a weird-ass film, which is definitely not good, and challenges every decent thing about itself by burying it in a huge dump of awful and leave it at that. I even wanted to make a video right as I walked out of it, telling you not to go see it, but I got busy being hyped for a good movie. So why am I making this video and telling you my history with this movie and just repeating the obvious? Well, because this isn't my retrospective when Morbius ends, believe it or not. Shortly after seeing the movie, my girlfriend linked me an interview with the director of Morbius, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, Daniel Espinosa. In the interview, Mr. Espinosa claims that he is aware of the film's negative reception and that while he's suffering from low self-esteem, he's always willing to accept the criticism his work oftentimes gets, and mentioning that despite the rough criticisms, he's still proud of the movie for even coming out and seeing the light of day. Keep in mind that this is a guy who got the chance to work on a Marvel IP, and probably had to follow too many studio notes, marketing shenanigans. Working with Jared Leto in itself sounds like a daunting task, and yet, the guy made it. Sometimes we need to be reminded that there are actual people like us making these movies, and that even if we don't like the end result, it means nothing for the people behind the camera. I won't consider myself a successful YouTuber by any means, and there's a very good chance this video will just be lost in a bunch of other videos about Morbius. Is it because I suck? Maybe I didn't have enough reach. I can't tell you what the reason is, but it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy, nor can't I be happy with the fact I got this video out there, even if nobody will see it. Mr. Espinosa, on the off chance you're watching this, thank you for reminding me of the importance of standing by your art, even if it gets the most awful of criticism, and that even the most forgettable and baffling pieces can teach you some good lessons about life. Well, no reason to end this video with a joke, so I guess I can only tease whoever's watching that next time we'll be remembering some of the good things about the Spider-Man cinematic franchise. Until then, never be afraid to put yourself out there. Your opinion on what you make is just as valid as everyone else's.